Why isn't Pro Tools actually an industry standard DAW? That's today's topic. I'm 30 Killer Beats. If you want more content like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like notification bell. All right, so I just want to quickly talk about something that's been going around YouTube a little bit that people are talking about. People are actually starting to wake up and realize Pro Tools is not actually an industry standard. And there are a few reasons why people are saying this, and I can honestly agree. When I first got Pro Tools, I think I spent like $600 or $700 on it at first. And before I did that, I was coming from different programs like Studio One, Cubase, which honestly didn't have any issues. I just wanted to just go over to a different program that the pros were using. And I was just, being young and dumb, you know what I'm saying? Come to think of it, it was actually, honestly, I don't know if I feel like I got scammed or what, but after spending $600 or $700, I guess there's an expired date of when they'll be able to support the program. So in order to update your program and use a new computer, you had to get the perpetual license at the time or do the monthly plan. So I went with the perpetual license, which was like, I think $200 or $300. After I spent like $600 or $700 the first time, that has also expired at this point. So now I'm at the new point where I have to either only do the monthly payment or don't get Pro Tools at all. So honestly, whenever I'm in a situation where there's months or even moments where I'm just not actually using Pro Tools or where it's not really required, I actually don't use it as much. And it's not to say that I feel like the program is clunky or something like that. Honestly, I just want to get rid of majority of whatever monthly payments that I have. My car is paid off, my house is not paid off. As much as whatever monthly expenses I could eliminate, I would do that. But adding a $40 monthly plan using a tool that I'm supposed to own doesn't feel right. It's almost like you're going to a hardware store just to buy a hammer, and they're like, in order for you to get this hammer, you have to come back, after 30 days, unless you want to do another plan to buy it again. It's almost like we're basically just renting this program instead of owning it. And if you add that up, $40 is not a lot, but when you add that up over the year, that's like $500 that you could be saving each year that you could put into other gear, other microphones, when you're supposed to own something just to make music with. That's my biggest thing of why I really hate that when other programs can literally do the same thing for free. One of my free ones right now is Luna, and I think it's super great that you could pretty much open up any VST. You can almost pretty much use any interface with that program, and it's free. It works on Mac and Windows. But the main reason why I do spend the money to just even use it is to use literally like 1 or 2% of the features that it actually do provide, which is to be able to use my hardware as plugins. Now, let me know in the comments if you know any other program where I could do this, but majority of the time, like I've noticed that Pro Tools has been the easiest program to do that with, where you can easily insert your hardware in between like software plugins just to get a specific sound. And I think it's super easy to do that with Pro Tools. I've tried it with Luna where you have to route the output out to the hardware and then do a new track where the input is the hardware, and it's super weird, and I really don't prefer doing it like that. It's all a workflow thing, and depending on your workflow, this could be a major key factor on really using this program or not. At some point, I do believe that was probably one of the main factors on why people kept saying that Pro Tools was the industry standard, is because they could use all their hardware with the program super easily. But let me know in the comments some other programs that you could use hardware with. I'm still exploring other ones. I heard you could do it with Logic. I've never really messed around with Logic too much. But at the end of the day, you can't really say it's an industry standard program when, there are so many features that are out there in other programs for much less. Like, for an example, if I'm mixing someone else's song and I have to go into FL Studios just to do a sim step separation, I just feel like you can't really call this Pro Tools because this isn't giving me all the Pro Tools that I would need. Even though this is a new feature and we didn't have this in the past, but this is something new that other DAWs are offering, which I think, come on now, this is a Pro Tool. You should be adding Pro Tools for everyone. Another one, I feel like they should add maybe like some pattern generators or patterns, stuff like in FL Studios where you can add patterns and click and stuff like that, which is super great for making music, in which in Pro Tools, it almost feels like you can really just record music. Some people do actually make music in Pro Tools, but it's not super user friendly. Like the interface is just really just record, record, record. I've also heard like other features in like Ableton with like time stretching and stuff like that is super great. There's some other sampling tools that I wish that were in Pro Tools that like you could do like in FL Studio. It's just so many other things that I feel like Pro Tools is just super lacking on, and especially like on the updates. It's like we're paying this amount of money each month just for you to give us support, bug fixes. We're paying all this money for pretty much nothing, and I could pretty much do literally almost everything in another DAW for free. And I've done it before in Luna, and it's super great. I love the way how the interface looks compared to other DAWs. Like it's like almost like my personal favorite alternative, and it's literally free. Only thing I would say in Luna, like you can't, like they don't have their own EQs and stuff like that. Just basic stuff that I wouldn't be able to do if I didn't have, my paid plugins. Other than that, let me know what other programs you think are actually good for hardware, people who actually have hardware in their studio, who can actually use this stuff in the DAW. So I'm on a hunt for another DAW for music production, especially for recording vocals. Right now I'm using Luna until further notice. Let me know what other videos you guys want to see on this channel. You guys stay safe. Peace.